Do you often find yourself looking for external validation? Today, we'll explore the liberating concept of letting go of the need for approval and embracing the idea that it's okay to let people dislike you. Keep watching, and you'll find out why you should let people dislike you. Ever felt that pit in your stomach when you think someone might not like you? That's the fear of disapproval, and it's like carrying around a backpack filled with worries. This fear comes from the idea that we need everyone's approval to be okay, but guess what? You don't. The fear of disapproval can put a speed bump on your spiritual journey. It's this constant worry about not meeting the expectations of others. Imagine trying to run a race with weights tied to your ankles. Not exactly a smooth journey, right? This fear creates emotional distress, making it harder to find that inner peace we all crave. We all want to be liked. It's natural. But when that desire turns into a fear, it becomes a problem. It's like being stuck in a loop of, what if they don't like me? That loop keeps us from fully experiencing life and exploring our spiritual path. Think about it. If we're always trying to fit into someone else's mold, how can we ever discover our true selves? The fear of disapproval acts like a fog, clouding our vision and preventing us from seeing the authentic, unfiltered version of who we are. It's not about becoming indifferent to others. It's about realizing that you don't need everyone's approval to validate your existence. When you shed the weight of this fear, it's like opening the curtains and letting the sunlight in. Suddenly, you see the path ahead more clearly. Now let's dive into the game changer, embracing authenticity. It's like giving yourself permission to be real, unapologetically you. Imagine a world where you don't have to wear a mask or pretend to be someone you're not. That world exists, and it starts with embracing your authenticity. Authenticity isn't about being a rebel or going against the grain. It's about being true to yourself, even when the world around you might expect something else. Think of it as having your own unique flavor in a world full of different tastes. The journey towards authenticity begins with understanding that people have diverse opinions, and that's okay. Imagine a canvas with various colors. Each color represents a different viewpoint. Embracing authenticity is like appreciating the richness of those colors without feeling the need to blend in with just one. When you prioritize authenticity over seeking constant approval, something incredible happens. You start to appreciate the quirks that make you, well, you. It's like discovering the beauty in your own painting rather than trying to replicate someone else's masterpiece. It's not a show you put on for others, it's the courage to be genuine. When you embrace your authentic self, it's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly, you can see and appreciate everything, flaws and all. Choosing authenticity is a conscious decision to let go of the need to conform to societal expectations. It's understanding that your value doesn't come from fitting into a predefined box, but from being the person you were meant to be. This shift in mindset isn't just a trend, it's a fundamental shift in how you view yourself. It's about breaking free from the chains of approval seeking and stepping into the freedom of self-acceptance. It's an ongoing process of discovering, embracing, and celebrating who you are. Imagine a garden where each flower blooms uniquely. That's you, embracing your authenticity and adding vibrant colors to the world around you. Now let's unlock a superpower, releasing the need for approval. It's about shedding the heavy cloak of what will they think and feeling the lightness of I am who I am. Releasing the need for approval is like unburdening yourself from carrying bags of other people's expectations. Approval seeking is a common habit, like checking your phone for notifications. We all do it, but when it becomes a constant quest, it can leave you feeling exhausted. Releasing the need for approval is like putting your phone on silent. Suddenly, you're not constantly waiting for external validation. The transformative power of letting go of approval seeking lies in realizing that true peace and fulfillment come from within. Imagine a well with an endless supply of water. That well is you, and the water is your inner peace. Releasing the need for approval is like tapping into that well, allowing it to nourish your soul. When you stop chasing approval, you open the door to freedom. It's like being released from self-imposed chains. The fear of being disliked loses its grip, and you become the master of your own emotions. Releasing the need for approval is about reclaiming your emotional independence. Let's talk about inner peace. It's not something you find in the approval of others. Nope. True inner peace is like having a steady anchor amidst the stormy sea. It comes from accepting yourself, flaws and all, and not relying on external opinions to define your worth. When you release the need for approval, it's not about becoming indifferent or rejecting feedback. It's about understanding that not everyone will see eye to eye with you, and that's perfectly fine. It's like realizing that you can't control the weather, but you can choose how to navigate the storm. This shift in mindset is a game changer for your spiritual journey. Releasing the need for approval isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice. It's choosing authenticity over seeking constant nods of agreement. It's about recognizing that your worth isn't a popularity contest, it's an inside job. Think of it like taking care of a plant. Self-acceptance is the water, sunlight, and nutrients that help you grow into the best version of yourself. It's about fostering a positive relationship with the person you see in the mirror every day. First things first, practice self-compassion. Treat yourself like you would treat a good friend who's going through a tough time. When you make a mistake or face a challenge, instead of being overly critical, offer yourself some understanding and kindness. It's about being your own ally, not your harshest critic. Next up, healthy boundaries. Picture it as drawing a line around yourself, a space where you decide what is and isn't okay. Setting healthy boundaries is about knowing your limits and communicating them to others. It's not about building walls. It's about creating a safe and respectful space for yourself. Focus on continuous improvement and learning. Set goals that align with your values and take steps every day to move closer to those goals. Treat yourself with kindness and prioritize activities that bring you joy. Remember, self-love is a continuous process, not a one-time event. It's the fuel that keeps your self-acceptance garden thriving. Embracing life beyond opinions is about recognizing that your worth isn't determined by the perceptions or judgments of others. Imagine stepping into a room, knowing that you bring value just by being you, irrespective of what others may think. The truth is, opinions are like the changing weather, unpredictable and often beyond our control. Embracing life beyond opinions means not letting the fluctuations of external viewpoints dictate your internal state. Your core essence remains intact, unaffected by the passing clouds of others' thoughts. It's human nature to seek approval, but when we anchor our worth solely in the approval of others, it's like building a house on shaky ground. Life beyond opinions is about establishing a sturdy foundation within yourself. This foundation is built on self-awareness, self-acceptance, and an unwavering belief in your intrinsic value. Consider this: people's opinions are influenced by their own experiences, beliefs, and perspectives. Recognizing this helps you detach from the need for universal validation. Life beyond opinions involves understanding that not everyone will see the world or you in the same light, and that's perfectly fine. When you embrace life beyond opinions, it's like unlocking a door to genuine self-confidence. This confidence isn't about arrogance, it's a quiet assurance in your own skin. It's acknowledging that your journey is unique and you don't need a unanimous vote of approval to validate its significance. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and stay tuned for more insightful content.